People often ask, if there's a God, then why is there evil in the world? The answer to this question is in the beginning of the Bible. The book of Genesis describes the story of original sin. This is when Adam and Eve ate from the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This event forever changed mankind's perception of the world. There was a world before this happened and a world after this happened. You could call the world before this happened paradise, and the world after this happened the fallen world. Let's explore the differences between these two worlds. The fallen world is the world we are living in now. This is a divided world. This is where we see everything as either black or white. Things are either good or evil, right or wrong, and not much in between. This happened after Adam and Eve ate the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. This was the fall of mankind. This event split the world into two separate and distinct concepts, good or evil. If something is good, it cannot be evil. If something is evil, it cannot be good. Good and evil exist as mutually exclusive concepts. But that wasn't always the case. What was the world like before this happened? Well, if we are living in a divided world, then the world before this happened was undivided. The world was not black or white, it was a shade of gray. There was no distinction between good or evil, right or wrong. These concepts simply did not exist. The world existed in a state of harmony because good and evil were balanced. That's what made the Garden of Eden paradise. So let's get back to the question, if there's a God, why is there evil in the world? Well, that question only makes sense when the world is divided between good and evil. In an undivided world, that question makes no sense. We perceive evil in the world only because we have a distorted perception of the world. This distortion makes us see good and evil where there is none. Good and evil are not inherent. We are not born with any knowledge of good and evil. This knowledge is imposed upon us from a fallen world. The fall of Adam and Eve tells the story of how we collectively gain the knowledge of good and evil, but it also works as an allegory of how an individual person gains the knowledge of good and evil. Adam and Eve represent you, an individual person. When you transition from child to adult, your innocence is lost when you gain awareness of good and evil. This awareness removes you from the garden, just like it did Adam and Eve. This awareness of good and evil places a filter over your eyes and distorts your perception of the world.